Good morning, students. So, welcome to the part 4 of the chapter motion. So, already you might have seen the 3 videos, and you should be thorough with the concepts which were taught with the definition. So, moving on to the part 4. In this, we are just going to learn one more new concept, which is a derivation, right? So first time you'll be learning the derivation. So I want everyone to take a notebook, and when I'm explaining you the derivation, please note it down and just make sure you understand, you relate it with the explanation, right? So in the last video, I have asked 2 problems for you to work out, right? So I believe that you should have done it. Now it is time to check out the solutions, right? So here is the question that I gave you. You remember odometer? What is an odometer? Right. The odometer is a device that measure how far the vehicle has traveled, right? So the odometer of a car reads 2000 kilometer at the start of a trip and 2400 at the end of the trip. If the trip took 8 hours, calculate the average speed of the car in kilometer per hour and then meter per second, right? You have to do the conversion for it. And the second problem is an athlete completes one round of circular track of diameter 200 meter in 40 seconds. So what will be the distance covered and displacement at the end of 2 minutes 20 seconds? So I have given the hint also to draw the figure and do the workout, right? So please check with the solution. Now I'm just going to give you the solution. So this is the solution for the first one, okay? So you can see that the distance covered by the car, so that is yes, right? So it is 2400 kilometer, which is the final reading, minus the initial reading is 2000 kilometer. So the difference is 400 kilometer. And time taken is t, which is equal to 8 hours. Average speed of the car is, what is the formula? You remember? So VAV is equal to S by T. That is distance traveled by time taken, which is equal to 400 kilometer by 8 hours. So which is 50 kilometer per hour, right? And to convert that kilometer per hour to meter per second, here you might have studied the formula, but once again I just give you 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, and 1 hour, how will you convert into seconds? Into 60 into 16, right? So 50 into 1000 by 3600, so which is equal to 13.9 meter per second. Children, please don't simply copy the answer for this. You just try out the multiplication and division part by yourself, okay? So I told you to calculate for 2 decimal places, right? In the last video itself, I told you. And to do with the unit also, you have to write the unit. So what is the unit here? Meter per second, right? So the average speed of the car is 50 kilometer per hour or 13.9 meter per second, okay, right? So here is the solution for the next problem. So can you see that I have drawn it with the A and B starting and the see, actually that denotes the diameter, right? A and B, and O is the origin, which gives you OB will be the radius, right? OA OB will be the radius, right? So the diameter of the circular track AB is equal to 200 meter, and time taken by the athlete to complete one round is 40 seconds. It is already given. So total time taken is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So you're converting that into seconds. So 2 into 60 plus 20 into seconds. Yes is seconds, right? 140 seconds. So number of rounds. So to calculate this number of rounds completed, what you will do? That total time taken by the time taken for completing one round. Okay, 140 by 40, which is equal to 3.5. What is this 3.5? That it is 3.5. Okay, the athlete completes 3.5, 3 full rounds and 1/2 round. Okay, so the distance covered is the circumference of circle into 3.5 rounds. Okay, what is the formula for circumference of circle? It is 2 pi r, and here actually diameter is given, so we are just taking that itself, d by 2, r is equal to d by 2. So 2 pi into d by 2 into that number of rounds, so 3.5. So if you calculate this, okay, I have just given the pi value 22 by 7. You can use even 3.14, right? And which gives you 2200 meter. So if athlete starts from A, on completion of 3.5 rounds, if you take here, so 1 round, 2 round and 3.5. So this half round, if you see, he will be at B, right? So the displacement will be its diameter A to B. That is the shortest distance, right, children? So A to B, it is 200 meter, right? You understood? Can we move on to the new concept today? Right. So when the body is moving along a straight line with uniform acceleration, okay, a relation can be established between the velocity of the body, acceleration of the body, the distance traveled by the body in a specific time, okay, by a set of equations. Here we are going to discuss 3 equations, okay, 3 equations of motion. So in this first, actually we are going to do the mathematical derivation, and in the next video I will explain you the graphical representation of this 3 equations. Okay, so first we will start with the mathematical derivation of equations of motion. So this first equation of motion, you can see that from the definition of acceleration, so A, which gives you the change in velocity. So it is v minus u. So A is the acceleration, u is initial velocity, and v is final velocity. And t is time taken. So you know this formula, right? And you can see that I have just drawn a arrow here, which means that cross multiplication. Okay, so t goes over there. So A into t, uh, which is equal to v minus u. So I'm just taking this v to that left hand side, and here you can see v is equal to u plus at, which gives you the first equation of motion. And actually this is the relation between the velocity and time. Okay, you will be using this all 3 equations of motion in the numericals in this lesson. Okay, so I want you to take down this mathematical derivation of 3 equations, okay, in your notebook. And the next, you can see, yeah, second equation of motion. Okay, here you can see that the average velocity is the displacement, okay, by time taken. So which is VAV is equal to S by T. S is displacement over here. And now cross multiplication. So S is equal to V into T. That we are taking as the first equation. Okay, so what is the first equation? S is equal to V into T. Okay, and already we know that average velocity is the mean of the initial and the final velocity, right? So which is equal to u plus v by 2, right? So this also we have studied in the last, that is when I was introducing the concept, I have given you the definition. If you are thorough in this, it is easy to follow and relate, right? So u plus v by 2, right? So you can see that it is the second equation. So from the first equation of motion, now only we studied what is the first equation of motion. V is equal to u plus at, that I am writing is as a third equation. Okay, here in this second equation of motion derivation, we are using the first equation what we have studied now as the third one. Okay, because here you can see that we are going to use in the further derivation. Okay, so substituting that v is equal to u plus at in equation 2. Okay, so what is the equation 2 here? VAV is equal to u plus v by 2, right? So now you can see that VAV here, u is as such, I'm taking that u as such, and v, for that v only I'm taking u plus at. Okay, can you see here? Yes. So u plus at by 2. So u plus u becomes 2u plus at by 2. Okay. So now I'm just splitting this 2u by 2 plus at by 2, right? So cancelling this 2 and 2, u plus half at. So that I am taking it as fourth equation, right? So you can see here, okay? So you can see here that substituting that fourth equation in the first one. So you can see that it is first equation, S is equal to VAV into T. So here VAV is equal to U plus half AT or AT by 2, both are same. So can you see? So I have just given you S is equal to U plus AT by 2 into T. So when you multiply that, you can get S is equal to UT plus half AT square, which is the second equation of motion. So please copy this, you write and you see, okay, so that you can easily relate all this. See, formula we have already studied, but we are just equating it. Okay, so the second equation of motion is equal to S is equal to ut plus half at square, actually, which gives the relation between position and time. Okay, so what is the first equation? Yes, v is equal to u plus at. What is the second equation of motion? S is equal to ut plus half at square. We are moving on to the third equation. Okay, so in this third equation, see, again we are using that average velocity is equal to displacement by time. So VAV is equal to S by T. We are taking that as a first one. Okay, so VAV is equal to V plus U by T. So we are taking that as a second equation here. And now these both are same, right? So we are just equating these two. So V plus U by 2 is equal to S by T. This equating 1 and 2. So now we do the cross multiplication on both sides. So V plus U into T, which is equal to 2S. Okay. So that I am taking it as a third one. Okay. So third over here, third equation over here, right? And already we know that acceleration is equal to A, that is A is equal to V minus U by T. So now multiply this A into T. So AT is equal to V minus U. Why we are doing this is we just need the substituting for this time. So now we are taking that time to the left hand side. Okay, so T is equal to V minus U by A. So here we are expressing the time in terms of initial and final velocity and acceleration. Okay, can you understand? So substituting this 4 in third equation, right? So this is 4. T is equal to V minus U by A is the fourth one. Here it is third equation. Okay, so this T we are going to replace with this. Okay, can you understand? Yeah, 2s is equal to b plus u into v minus u by a. Okay, so now we are cross multiplying that. So it is a s is equal to 2as is equal to v square minus u square. So 2as is equal to v square minus u square, right? So v square minus u square is equal to 2as. I'm just writing this over here, right? So it is v square minus u square is equal to 2as, which is the third equation of motion. Okay, right? So I'm just giving you the summation of all these three, right? When a body is moving along a straight line with uniform acceleration, the equations that is derived from this motion is v is equal to u plus at, which gives velocity time relation, and s is equal to ut plus half at square, position time relation, and v square minus u square is equal to 2as, which is position velocity relation. Okay, so here you can see that both the initial and final velocity measured in meter per second, and t is measured in seconds, and s is measured in meter. So all these three equations we will be using in the numericals, right? So please write all these three equation, derive it and make it thorough, children, so that when I explain you the graphical representation, it is easy for you to relate and follow. Okay, thank you, children.